Hey, scrappy people, it's Traci Reed here today, coming at you with another December daily process video, and this one I am super duper excited about because I absolutely love the way it came out. I had a vision, I made it happen, and it makes me happy when that happens. So I obviously bought a new iMac during the Christmas season, which was not my plan, but it needed to happen. My old one died. I tried to get it fixed under our insurance, but they wouldn't fix it. And so we just decided to go ahead and go all in and buy a new one. I haven't bought a new iMac since 2013, so it was time. And there she is, my baby. We named her, or I named her Mackenzie, haha. But I decided that I've seen some layouts floating around with like Christmas tree cutouts like this, and circle cutouts, ornament cutouts, and I was trying to figure out a layout that I could do that I could use that sort of cutout style on, but I don't have, I already did my Christmas tree pages and nothing seemed to work until I had the epiphany of using the Apple logo for this style layout. So you can see that I used a pencil and I kind of sketched where the edge of my photo was and where the edge of the Apple logo ends and stuff like that. And I'm just putting my my embellishments down in sort of they're certainly not random. I'm trying to make sure that I have words and icons separated out, and it's not all smushed together. And also there's a lot of green and blue in the embellishments that I chose, and so I'm trying to make sure that I space out red and make sure that the red gets in there as well. So I am kind of spreading things around, it's okay if it goes underneath the edge of the apple as long as you can read the sentiment. And I'm just kind of playing around, and you'll see that I put the top piece back on a couple times to make sure that nothing is getting covered up that I don't want to have covered up. And so the way that I'm putting this together is there's obviously a bottom cardstock piece, and then the top cardstock piece is layered on the back with the foam tape, and you can see the foam tape right there too, kind of marking off the edge of where my photo is going to float over the top. And so that will keep the top layer and the bottom layer separated enough to get that sort of shadow box effect. So now I am putting in some of the little sparkly enamel dots from the collection. I'm using the Cocoa Daisy Cranberry Rose collection for this layout. It's going next to the shaker pocket, or the shaker page that I made with the big Starbucks cup out of the Cranberry Rose collection. So I'm going to match it up together with the more of the Cranberry Rose collection. This collection is really beautiful, and it is a totally different color palette than my Stay Home for the Holidays collection. So because there's green and blue, and there's not green and blue in my my Stay Home for the Holidays collection, I'm really trying to pair these two pages together so that it doesn't seem not cohesive, and it's just easier to match up the two collections together than it is to try and make it work throughout the album. So okay, we're getting close here. I'm going to put the tape, or I'm going to peel the tape off, and I'm going to put the top on. And do not be like me and not think about this ahead of time. I should have erased the pencil lines, and I did not erase the pencil lines because I'm a big old dork. And so I have to go in now that everything is all adhered and kind of stick my eraser underneath the edges and clean up any pencil lines that are visible. So do not be like me. Erase your pencil lines in advance. You can see I'm like, oh no, how am I even going to get under here? And so I pull it up a little bit and I get some of them, and I'm going to go back through and get the really obvious ones, but do not be like me. So I have a few more spaces to fill in still. Now that I've got everything together, there's things that I want to move around and fix And then I'm going to embellish on the top because I really want the sentiment, that chipboard sentiment right there that says this face though. So I really wanted from the beginning to use it, but I also knew that I wanted my photo to be on the left hand side because it just felt like it worked better over there than it did on the right hand side, sort of covering up part of that bite into the apple. So because I want to use it, I'm going to have to use it on the left-hand side of my photo because of the way that the arrow is facing. And so I'm going to have to make it work because I really, really want to use it. And also it brings in some much needed red that is sort of, there's just not enough red in my opinion, for there to be balance yet. And what that's going to do is it's going to bring red down into the corner on the other side of my photo. And that's going to give me sort of 3 points of red embellishments. And that's going to help with the balance. You can see how it's already, I haven't even done anything, and it's already balancing it out. So I cut it apart and I'm going to align it so that the arrow is obviously pointing at my face. And of course, I need to make sure that they're a little bit staggered because of the way that it's cut. If I tried to line them up, it would just look kind of awkward. So of course I put down the though first and it didn't, I was in the wrong place. So I just need to move it over a little bit so it's a little bit more staggered. There we go. And then I need something to distract from the fact that I cut it. So I put little enamel dots there. Okay, so we're getting close here. I want to add in a few more things before it's done, but I really do like the feel of the big white background. I feel like that really fits the apple aesthetic. So I'm trying not to detract from it too much. So I'm going to use these white foam titles that came in the cranberry rose collection. And at first I was going to use this Christmas because the tea flows right underneath that apple real well, but then I thought of a better title. So I'm pulling it up very carefully because this foam sticks really well. I'm going to put it back on the plastic and then I'm going to grab a different title instead. It was going to say Hello Christmas, but I changed my mind because this is going to fit better. So I'm going to put down the best down here, and then I'm going to put this is at the top. So it's going to say this is the best, and that'll help frame the apple as well, because I need to have, if I'm going to have some embellishment, I need to have sort of a frame down there at the bottom. And I was thinking that I was going to leave it just like this with the this is the best. And I even go and turn off my camera and go work on my journaling that I'm going to add last. You can see I added in my journaling. And then I decide that in fact I do need something up here in this top corner to finish framing the layout. And so I added in a word bit that said, so this happened, and I called it good. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you. If you don't already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Traci M. Reed. The link to this blog post is in the description box below, and I will see you next time. Thank you.